Bro, we're just going live. Alright, dude. I said we were gonna watch this shit earlier, right? But I fell asleep. I was a little fucking tipsy and went to sleep, okay? But I'm awake. And Phil ain't streaming this morning, so I figure we watch this. If we have time, we can watch some other shit. Then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Alright? And I'm playing Tekken probably on the side. But yeah, last night we were talking about trying to educate ourselves about the Hansom DSP, bro. Hasan Piker. I talked about this fucker a little bit here and there, right? But I've always compared him to Phil, cause he is, bro. He's a little fucking smarmy little cocksucker, bro. Oh my god. I'm glad WillyMac made these videos. There's like so much to this fucker, bro. It's insane. But like, when you get to the core of it, bro, he's a little entitled fucking little man-child, bro, that wants you to think that he's just a humble little leftist and shit when he's just like a rich, stupid dickhead millionaire. You know, like he's a fake leftist, bro. And he has like all these super anti-American takes and shit. It's fucking insane. It's insane. We're watching shit.
I was right about Ukraine. That's right. War is not imminent. Oh, shock.
An Israeli airstrike hit the Al Ahli hospital. They were so right. They added 7,000 new troops. So what's going to end up happening is that by April, this is going to be done.
IDF didn't bomb the hospital. Change title. IDF didn't bomb the hospital. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I criticized him for being a propagandist. Conclusions on breaking news when the story hadn't even been fully reported on.
You right now is the same thing you always do. I'm just saying,
no,
like you're doing it in real time. You're doing it in real time, bro.
Over the course of an 8-hour broadcast, if you look to literally 3 moments,
how come nobody else shut up as much as you, dude? That does 8-hour broadcast.
Because no one has the most psychopathic fandom like idiots like you who.
Bro, for real, he does the same shit Phil does. It's fucking funny. When he gets pressed about some shit that he's wrong about, he wants to blame someone else and someone else's fan base, right? Instead of like taking accountability, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that someone with this big of a fan base isn't a locale. Like bro, it's crazy.
Every minutia to find a clippable moment. To find a clippable moment to be like, he sucks, he's bad. That's the reason, dickhead. All right.
He followed this up by interviewing a terrorist, eating up propaganda about taking hostages.
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Keto Casino as well. I didn't want to make that the focus because, you know, I try to separate what I get into on the internet. You know, I follow me on Twitter. You want my takes on the Andy shit. Yeah, we're touching.
The captain was Chinese, and he
I just wasn't sure if
he
we
did
want to
clot
like do
with
that
them,
or not.
and he
like,
danced some music with them, and he was.
The Keto Casino shit is worth its own stream in a way, bro. It's so much, and then we'd have to like try to dig through a 5-hour fucking stream. You know?
So he likes.
I don't know how to go about that one.
So, I mean, what?
Yeah, fuck Andy Warski,
so
bro.
crazy.
He's saying that they win over the crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny. Okay, that doesn't probably take much.
Yeah, hilarious. The crew is still held captive, and Hasan continues to glorify terrorism by playing their propaganda and passing it off as happy musicals.
I saw this shit. Yo, bro, like, what the fuck, dog? Dog, he watches what I call, like, a step above ISIS, you know? He's like a hop and a skip away, bro. For like showing ISIS videos and fucking giggling.
Maybe a music video. They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it.
When you said music video, I'm expecting like bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know.
No. They do like do musicals. They're very musical people.
Praising their leaders, all while hypocritically defending Russia and China's
bro, that's so insane, dude. That's so fucking insane.
Invasion of their neighbors.
You call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River. Bite the bullet on the Tim Houthi kid. Why? Why would I ever? If I did something that was fucked up, by my estimations. I would, of course, apologize for it. I have time and time again.
Name one time. He can't because he's never owned up to anything. Hasan continues to be the worst political streamer, and Twitch supports him.
Yeah, where is that chatter? He was like, come to Israel. It's so beautiful here.
Fucking Twitch. They make a video of the staff singing this fucking schmuck happy birthday and shit, bro.
I should go to the old city
Twitch
so I can get my fucking shit pushed in.
I'm so glad I never
by some of the most inbred fundamentalist hicks.
No, it's not illegal. It's not criminal, but it feels like it should be. Sort of like those monthly subscriptions you signed up for, forgot about, but are still paying every month. I've been paying 2 monthly subscriptions to watch wrestling for the past 2 years, and I didn't even know.
I swear, bro, I hope I get to a point I can just do slick ass segues, bro, into advertisements like, gotcha, bitch.
Really terrifying. It's like Tinder, okay? It can cause a wildfire of nationalism because it's already baked in to the attitudes of the commoner, okay? Every person already has like a predisposition towards nationalist tendencies. So the issue is when you start legitimizing the nationalist guys, boom, all of a sudden the country could turn fascist like that, okay?
He justified Russia annexing Ukraine constantly.
Regardless of whether he wants it or not, he needs it as a buffer state. Exactly. Russia's historic access into the Black Sea, Crimea.
It's like you're either getting paid by Russia, dog, or you're like so young and detached from history and world events that you don't know how Russia gets down, you know? Like, us fucking checking Russia is kind of good for us. Always has been, bro. Like, fuck Russia, dude.
It's like historically and ethnically all Russian, majority Russian.
They're Nazis. Everyone's going to be radicalized. But when it comes to a fundamentalist group like Hamas that theoretically would run the country, Hasan doesn't seem to have those same worries. He justifies it by using Republicans as stand-ins for Hamas.
I'm saying that the gay people and the trans people that are living under those conditions in Gaza, right, see Israel as a far larger problem in their existence than they do like Islamic fundamentalism in terms of governance. If we were getting ruthlessly slaughtered by an alien force,
yeah, like Twitch,
if someone was home.
Twitch is always going to be like the better place, like for streaming, I guess, in general, right? But you know, I grew up on this platform. It's such a cringe thing to say, but I did, dude. And this website has came a long motherfucking way, bro. Like, I remember when streaming was dog shit on YouTube, you know? Like, people wanted to use Facebook fucking gaming, dog, rather than YouTube back then. That's what I was doing, right? But YouTube's added so many features that are user-friendly and streamer-friendly and all that hump-a-rump, right? It's cool. It's chill. It could be better for sure, bro. Like the fucking bit rates and shit I have to fucking do this shit at are insane. Little shit like that, but who cares, right? But like Twitch, dude, I would have been banned. Like a long time ago. What? You see this shit? What the fuck? Oh, I won. There we go. That was clean. Okay. But no, I would have been banned a long time ago just for even the little minute shit I say from time to time,
homophobic or not. I'd be like, thank you for fighting against the
Twitch
alien force. That seems awesome that you're doing that. I would actually arm up side by side with my fellow homophobic Republican rabid Christian fundamentalist sociopaths who try and protect my home. And that's the point.
That's the same thing as the Azov battalion fighting in Ukraine. How does he have these conflicting opinions? It makes no sense. Asmongold made the horrific decision to call Palestinians' culture inferior. Hasan rightfully called him out for this.
These people are not your allies. They are not the same as...
But he was right. Asmongold's like kind of right, dog. But the way he said it, it was like ignorant, you know what I mean? Like, there are parts, same thing with Christianity, you know, you could do that to any religion or any group of people. They're inferior to my group or whatever. But it's like, there's facets of fucking Islam that are like archaic. You know, like archaic shit.
They come from an inferior culture, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for.
True.
And it is an inferior culture in all ways.
It's terrifying.
But it's not an inferior culture. It's just like the point that he's making that they don't like you. They don't like us. There's people in fucking America, bro, going apeshit over fucking Palestine, and they don't understand it. They don't like you either, motherfucker. They just like that you're taking up their stupid fucking cause.
Inferior, saying they're evil to justify the death and destruction that befalls them is so
you need to be aware for the
horrifying.
Because remember, Hasan would never call another culture inferior. He would never do that.
I don't agree in theocracy at all.
But like, wouldn't that mean that it would be inferior? Or,
no, I wouldn't say that any culture is inferior to one another. All life must be cherished. Their lives are no different.
This motherfucker Wild, he's such a hypocrite. He says all this flowery, good shit, all this nice, friendly shit, right? When we're talking about leftist ideals. But bro, when he talks about Republicans, fucking corporations and business owners, bruh. He gets on demon shit,
even if they disagree fundamentally with you.
But if we just go back to last year, Hasan was justifying China's invasion of Tibet for the same reason. Their inferior culture. He says China's imperialism is good because they focus on taking over their neighbors.
Chinese development and Chinese military action is either irredentist in nature, which is different than imperialist, where it's more so expansive in its own limited area, rather than global imperialism, which is done with the express effort with the
Tibet, Taiwan.
Tibet was literally a feudal slave mandate, like so autonomous zone.
China did them a favor.
That was one. I mean, in America, when I say something like this, people get very upset. You know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" or whatever, but like that's not far from the norm in normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in and
so China unilaterally took over Tibet,
like these are
their culture. They basically are trying to, you know, homogenize the culture.
In the name of squashing an inferior culture, China killed over 87,000 Tibetans. That's 1.2 million, 1 out of every 6 Tibetans since their occupation. I don't understand how you could be pro-Palestine and then support Russia and China. Israel's neighbors with Gaza, does that make what they're doing okay? No, of course not. His politics makes no sense. It's constantly contradicting himself.
Yeah, he's a hypocrite. He's a fucking hypocrite. And literally, it's like, he always tries to map his hate of America onto other parts of the globe. Like, oh, well, these people are pro-American. I'm from wrong. Fuck them. They should be communist and shit. He's weird,
But then you realize that he's America bad all the time. That's it.
Let me explain to you two principles that you should keep with.
That's it. Yeah, bro. I should just let Willie cook. But literally, that's all he says. That's all his takes boil down to. America bad. Republicans bad, and then he tries to map that fucking like train of thought onto every world event he tries to cover, like a fucking retard.
With
bro.
you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually be moral, or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
That's not what an analysis is. That's doing the same thing Sneeko does. And Hasan's always been this way. He doesn't care about principles or being morally consistent.
Do I think that this could be a dangerous precedent? Absolutely. But the right has been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah, but they've been able to. That's the point. The point is they're wrong, and I hate them, and I hate their tactics.
But no one cares about being morally consistent, or no one cares about.
I do. I care about that.
I know you do, but in the end of the day,
he just wants his side to win at all costs. It's turned him into running straight up terrorist propaganda for the past 10 months.
Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia. I'll be making fucking dough in the pizzeria.
Hasan has been rewriting history when it comes to the Houthi terrorist he did propaganda for. Now he's just some random teenager.
Random fucking Yemeni teenager. The Yemeni kid not connected to the Houthis, and doesn't even matter if he was. Not only does it not matter to me if he was or not, it would obviously change the dynamic of the interview if he was. Most people don't know that he isn't a Houthi or have seen his post. about respecting Jews, I don't really care. They will just say, oh, he's doing PR.
These are all provable lies. When Hasan initially interviewed the Houthi, it was framed as him being a terrorist.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism.
When Hasan asked if he was Houthi, the guy did not answer, instead referring to the Houthis' justification for pirating commercial ships.
I don't know if he is allowed to speak on this. I don't know if he's like actually a part of the groups at all, or just like simply a TikToker. You know what I mean? I don't know how to ask that in the best way possible, though.
Yeah, I feel like we can ask it pretty directly. His answer is he's a Yemeni who stands with Palestine.
Hasan will go on to greenlight the Houthis' mission of attacking civilian commercial ships on behalf of him and his entire chat.
Dude, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
The whole point of this interview was to make this Houthi soldier seem relatable. He's just like me and you. One of his viewers would point this out, and Hasan would tell him to shut up.
Maybe explain why you're trying to get this type of humanizing information from. Okay, shut up, chatter. Come on, it's not like that's crazy. What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about that? Ask me that question. I just banned one of those stupid fuckers in the chat just now.
She says, "Who are they?"
Just fucking dumbasses.
Wow, what an insightful interview. When a viewer offered a real question for Hasan to ask, Hasan ignores it, instead asking about food.
Right. Okay, what else do I want to ask? So, like, I mean, he's...
Yo, I swear to God, I want to see Phil and Hasan hang out on a stream just for an hour.
Ask him if he would stop going on Bows if Israel stops the genocide. I mean, yeah, he's gonna say yes, chat. What are you talking about? Those are like
they'd be like,
dumbass
is this your
questions.
dad?
Has he ever had like Western food?
Great question. Hasan is more of an imaginary personality for this guy, where he's not a Houthi, he's not anti-Semitic, he's basically just Anne Frank.
First of all, he wasn't Houthi. I asked him. He was like, I'm not.
This never happened in his interview. He's just lying. When the pirate was asked if he was a soldier on Instagram, he replied yes. Now his Instagram was banned, but this was still documented in news articles at the time. And who is the current governing body in Yemen? It's the Houthi. Stop believing in this lie from Hasan.
Many people said, oh, he's hiding it. He's PR trained, which is really funny to say about like some random fucking dude who can't even speak English.
You said that. It was because he wouldn't answer the only 2 serious questions you asked.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's very media trained. Surprisingly, but okay.
Now, I used to think Hasan just had 0 critical thinking skills, but the truth is he's doing propaganda.
And I asked him, like, what do you think about Jewish people? What if I were to tell you that, like, Jewish people are leading the anti-Zionist movement in America? And he was like, that's great. I love them. That's awesome. Anyone who's against Israel is my friend.
Even here, Hasan is completely over-embellishing what was said.
Ask him what he thinks about the fact that in America, some of the like leading groups that are pro-Palestine are led by Jewish people who are anti-Israel. How does he feel about that?
He's saying anyone that supports Palestine, we're with.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's it. That's all he said. The same media trained answer he's been giving Hasan all night. Hasan goes on and compares him to Anne Frank.
Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically. Okay, being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time.
Now, I don't remember Anne Frank being part of a militia group that boarded commercial vessels and took captives, shooting missiles at commercial ships that have nothing to do with their stated mission against Israel. But you know, Anne Frank had a diary. This guy had Twitter, so let's read it. Here's him saying you shouldn't be afraid of the Houthi unless you're a Jew. They are very afraid of this title. Here's him insulting his enemies by calling them son of a Jew. He would post pictures on the pirated ship saying ready for sacrifice, longing for martyrdom. Just like Anne Frank, he actually invited...
Yo, I actually checked out some of that dude's videos where he got banned on Instagram and shit, bruh. Nah, real shit. Homeboy actually be like capturing people and shit.
Decided to join the Houthi and operate.
And yo, most of these ships, they're not even like Israeli ships, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they just be
of Israeli ships.
Shit,
this guy posted an illustration of what he described to be a Zionist impaled on a stake, saying the executions we will carry out on all Zionists. This guy is anti-Semitic. The Houthi flag states death to America, death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews. And Hasan defends him, saying he's not anti-Semitic, he's just anti-Zionist.
He made a post saying he wants to kill all Zionists and posted a picture of a Jewish person being spiked to death. I don't think that's what he... What? Yeah, I don't know. Also, I don't even give a shit. This is why this entire conversation is f***ing idiotic. It's not a Jewish person He said, this is, I think if we're, why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen's tweets? What is happening? How many steps removed are we from this situation?
Bro, he did a DSP. That's doing a DSP, dog. Like, you interviewed this kid and hyped him up on your stream, you stupid retard. What the fuck?
How is this the conversation that you want to have right now? I fucking despise all of you,
He never wants to,
I do. I really do. I hate all of you.
You aren't responsible for his tweets, but you're constantly playing defense for this guy's anti-Semitism. I want to take a moment and talk about the word Zionist. All it means is someone who thinks Israel has the right to exist, which is 90% of Jewish people. Now, Hasan rarely gives the definition of Zionist. He uses it like a slur, the equivalent to Nazi.
Fascism is the underpinning ideological movement that the Zionist ideology represents. Same as the Nazis.
A chatter is like, come to Israel and you could get a fuller perspective. And Hasan dogs him.
Yeah, where is that chatter? He was like, come to Israel. It's so beautiful here. You will see the conflict from my eyes. Yeah. I should go to the old city so I can get my fucking shit pushed in by some of the most inbred fundamentalist hicks. You can enter Israel. What's more to say? Brother, I am not going to Nazi Germany, okay? I hope you understand this. And I mean this with all sincerity and with all disrespect.
And then you got Ethan, who's been very critical of Israel, but is constantly being called a Zionist by Hasan's chat. For what other reason than him being Jewish?
Hasan's Discord, and by the way, to the people who are in that Discord, I saw everything you guys said. It was recorded, sent to me. What I saw in that Discord was universal, near universal praise for Hamas, near universal saying people deserved it, near universal people saying dudes who was like, the hang gliders came in and showed him what's up, people saying he's spitting facts, near universal. People near universally calling me a Zionist pig, mass murdering, genocidal freak.
Hasan indirectly supports this stuff because they're repeating it from him.
You fucking baying pig! You fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dog! Suck my dick, you bad faith, apartheid defending, bloodthirsty, genocidal freak.
It doesn't seem like a coincidence that his mod is wishing PTSD on soldiers in subgoaling 9/11 reenactments.
I will never have any pity for any soldiers.
This fat
the U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
She lives in Michigan, by the way.
And he posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Base? 6250. 9/11 baking stream with Raf and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raf, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake. And we'll make an airplane. And we'll recreate 9/11.
I support.
Bro, I hate these motherfuckers. I hate these motherfuckers. I swear to God, I wish it was 2005. That bitch would not be saying this shit. Remember in the early 2000s when dude, these motherfuckers were afraid to wear their hijabs. Shit, dude. Oh, I wish it was the old days. I miss the good old days. Dude, when you guys were, I'm getting fucking raw, dog. Oh, I miss the days they were afraid to say some stupid shit like that. But look how nice we've been since 9/11, right? We chilled out and we let them get a bunch of money. We let them get famous in our country. And then you want to say some shit. Fucking 2,000 innocent people died. Fucking Jerry just woke up, dog. Didn't want to go to work, but he had to go to work. And then he fucking got a plane driven into his building. Motherfuckers had to make a fucking choice of burning to death or fucking literally jumping 1,000 stories and splattering all over the place. Some of these fuckers' families have never found their fucking family's remains and shit. Dude. Oh yeah, man. America deserved that. Oh my God. I hate these fucking anti-American pieces of shit.
Support it if it's all jokes, but it's coming from their very real political opinions. It's not surprising that it's Hasan's friend group that goes on stage and does an Arab tier list where Hasan's at the top and Ethan's at the bottom. I'll let Ethan explain.
It's a panel hosted by Frogan and 4 of her friends in which they have a tier list where they rate people where good is Arab and bottom is loves Sabra. Sabra is a very popular hummus brand. I know in Israel, it's pretty much in everybody's refrigerator. They've been the subject of the pro-Palestine boycott. I mean, it's kind of just Arab good, Jew bad.
Hasan.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder where they're gonna put Hasan. I'm gonna guess they're gonna put him in Arab.
Hasan is Turkish, but he's a brother.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, I think he'd be on Arab coded.
I mean, I would put him in Arab to be honest.
I would put him also in Arab.
Which is great. That's the good one. That's the one you want.
Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one.
Yo, this Lars is working
That's
my fucking ass, right?
Jewish.
Dude, where's the? You guys are missing a category.
No, that shit's crazy, bro. I don't care how you feel about Palestine or Israel. That is some wild shit to just be able to do at a big sponsored event, bro. What the fuck? I think Capcom was sponsoring this fucking stupid shit, bro. Literally. That's why Twitch, this is why Twitch is in so much trouble now, dog. And they're getting their adpocalypse. Of course, Phil wants to make it sound like some revenge story and shit. But no, this is why. Because actual real things are happening, dude. And people are being retarded about talking about it.
That was a joke. That was just a joke.
Yeah, the Zionist here for Ethan because he's a Zionist and that's bad. Wink, wink. 90% of Jews, by the way.
We're very proud of you, Denims, for bringing anti-Semitism right on stage, and you guys are killing it.
Hasan read about this situation on stream and laughed, fully supporting the streamers.
Many interpret the ranking as one from Arab to Jew. One panelist added, I'll just say it, there should be an even lower category called Zionist, which was met with applause from the audience.
People have downloaded and documented Hasan's chat and is constantly calling people like Ethan Zionist dogs, soulless scum. They hate anyone who thinks Israel should exist. So if 90% of Jews are Zionist and you and your community hate Zionist, it comes off as using the same coded language as the Nick Fuentes crowd.
Need to do is all this movement that's around, Jews, do this. This needs to stop. This really needs to stop, and we need to focus on Zionism, Israel, Israelis. Start calling them Zionist. Start calling it Israel. Stop using the name Jews because this
is crazy, bro. That's why I'm not part of the fucking far left no more, dude. I swear, like, the further left and the further left spaces you explore, the more you see they're just like the fucking far right, bro. They try to use coded language and dog whistles to demean people they don't like, bro. It's crazy.
This is what gets you demonetized. As for Nick Fuentes, replace that word Jew with Zionist. I don't think you'll have that many issues.
When presented with that fact, Hasan calls everyone a Nazi.
That's why people don't understand, like, there's no difference between what fucking Nazis say when they say, oh, 95% of Jews love Zionism. 95% of Jews are Zionists. Nazis say that. You know who else says that? Dumb fucking Zionists who think that that is a way to defend Zionism.
In response to this criticism, Hasan just starts pointing to every anti-Zionist Jew he knows as if that somehow changes the facts. I'm actually friends with the Jewish guy and he's anti-Zionist, so I gotta pass.
All of my friends that I've made through obviously my political acts and also my career in online media or media in general are some of the most aggro anti-Zionists you've ever met.
You wouldn't be able to say you hate 90% of an ethnic group and not get banned on most of these websites. I'm genuinely asking, at what point is it just a dog whistle? So is Hasan anti-Semitic? I don't know, but every action he takes comes off that way. Jewish people are getting beat up in the streets of the Netherlands after a soccer match, and Hasan thinks it's funny.
Maccabi Tel Aviv hooligans are getting attacked right now in the Netherlands after ignoring the minute of silence for Valencia victims and singing racist chants about the extermination of Arabs. Dutch Moroccans are making them aware that this isn't...
This for the children! For the children!
What the fuck? What is happening? Is this ceased to be funny and now I'm in a bad mood? I mean, it's still kind of funny that it's like... Well, not this. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Well, then what's funny about it, Hasan? Because this is the story. He then just moves on and never addresses it again. The next day, he'd talk about it like it's a meme.
This is the funny... Yeah, I mean, this is correct. Soccer fans beating each other up. What has happened to Europe?
Yo, what's up, dude?
I mean, it's my own my assessment. When I first heard about it, I was like, wow, shocked to find out that soccer fans are fighting.
These Israeli fans are not innocent. They were chanting threats to Arabs, being racist.
They rolled into town with Mossad agents, started and is now a pogrom because they lost a traditional Euro-style soccer fight.
But it's just one more instance of him downplaying the violence when it comes to Jews. When people bring up the rapes on October 7th, he scoffs, sometimes outright denying that they even happened.
What rapes did Hezbollah do? Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking about?
Hamas has committed horrific acts of sexual violence and took
women and girls, men and boys slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel had a right.
What message does he think he's sending? There's a reason Myron's trying to relate to him on Twitter. It's not an accident his entire chat thinks this was based and cool.
For the children! For the children!
Too based, let's go. Haha, rip bozo. We must continue to protest. Hasan may feel like he's made this clear distinction between Zionists and Jews, but his chat clearly isn't picking up on it. His friends aren't either, and he clearly doesn't care enough to correct them. And that brings us back to the Houthi. Let's be real, guys. If we can't call a Houthi terrorist whose motto is to destroy the only Jewish state and put a curse upon the people, promising to put him on spikes, if we can't even call him anti-Semitic, then the word is meaningless. Nobody fits its definition. In the past, I talked about how Hasan radicalized his audience. I even confronted him about it. You should check it out. But lately, he's been trying to radicalize other Twitch streamers. I don't think people realize how insane this is. Hasan starts off by saying propaganda is bad and that most people don't realize Israel's doing it.
Most people still operate on the boundaries of like, oh no, Israel's the Jewish state. Of course, they're doing this for the Jews and all Jews actually care about Israel, yada, yada, yada. That's not the case, but that's how propaganda works. So for that reason, I'm just letting you know, they will call you anti-Semitic. You shouldn't say a lot of the things I'm saying.
Keep in mind.
Nick's like, I'm my own man. I could determine that for myself.
I don't really give a fuck of what people say about me in general because I just don't care.
Hasan then puts on terrorist propaganda.
Do you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way, just so you know. These fucking musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I need the money, guys.
I'm going to grab my food.
Look at Nick's face.
What is
Like, bro, for real. I told you, I saw this shit live, bro. This shit was hilarious. It's like a hop and a skip away from being an ISIS video. Look. What is this?
Yes, some of these people look like teenagers, child soldiers. Hasan comes back and Nick asks, what are you showing me? Hasan then tries to indoctrinate him.
Can you explain this? This is a 3-minute video of... What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like... Bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know.
No. They do like they do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing this guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their their actions all the time.
Yeah, their militarized actions. Hasan paused on his screen with an entire crowd holding signs saying death to America, death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews.
And they love walking over. They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet.
That's Hasan's favorite part. Hasan then pulls up a trade map and justifies the Houthis shooting commercial vessels, many of which are not related to Israel.
What they immediately start doing is they start saying, "Oh, Israel, you're gonna blow up Palestinians. Well, guess what? We're gonna blow you up."
He thinks they're cool.
I thought all they did was basically, walk around with like blades in their fucking belts and look cool. I mean, I want to ask him about the knife. The knives are sick.
He says if one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh shit. Okay, my bad. Well, I mean, I think it's cool though, and make musicals. They make a lot of musicals. I can show you some of them in a second.
Okay.
Well, it turns out they do more than that. They go, listen, you want to fucking bring a ship through here? We're gonna take it. So that's exactly what the Houthis start doing. They start fucking sending in helicopters onto fucking ships and taking over the ships
like
and
Rust.
going, it's our ship. Yes, exactly like Rust. Look at this. They got the Palestinian flag that they painted under the helicopter with the Yemen flag. They overtake they start overtaking the ship.
This ship is called the Galaxy Leader. It was departing from Turkey and going to India. The crew is not Israeli. It was not going to
Yeah, I said that earlier, bro. Most of these ships, these fuckers are like hijacking, aren't even Israeli or going to Israel and shit. It's fucking nuts, bro.
Israel. Hasan is hyped about innocent civilians being held captive.
This is like a hostile. They're streaming this?
Yeah. Yeah. They're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrence, right? So, like, their goal is to film it and show it to the world. So, like, other companies literally are like, okay, we're not going to use the trade route anymore. All of a sudden, if you don't use the trade route, trade gets more expensive for the West. All of a sudden, if you can't use that trade route, the Israeli port is going to get bankrupt. Israel is not going to be able to get the materials in time that they need for waging their war. Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
He thinks Israeli society is going to collapse and everyone's going to leave the country en masse because their Amazon package is more expensive. How does anyone take this guy's political analysis seriously?
They take it over. They take it over. And they tell the people in the ship, usually like mostly Filipino people, Filipino crews.
Oh.
And they're like, all right, well, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship. So they did that.
And these people are still held hostage to this day. In another stream, Hasan would mourn the leadership of Hezbollah getting killed.
Hassan Nasrallah was assassinated.
Wait, what'd you say?
Hassan Nasrallah.
Who's that?
He's the leader of Hezbollah, the general secretary of Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization that is also a part of the Lebanese parliament.
Do we like them or no?
I think as a resistance group, they're pretty successful against Israel. But everybody hates them. Like everybody in the region, a lot of people don't like them. Like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
He romanticizes the guy. His chat thinks Hezbollah is base.
Can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen, a lot of these dudes, you see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about like some of their attitudes about like gay people, for example, and you immediately resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million.
Hezbollah as a whole has a complicated history. My problem with Hasan is that there's no...
Oh my fucking god. It's like someone fucking trying to tell me like, oh, Hitler, he was really a cool guy. Did you know in Hitler's private time, he likes reading books. He's really well read. It's like, then why did he make so many stupid ass mistakes in the war, bro? It's stupid.
He's constantly glorifying
trying to make
you
me
must
like
be a racist if you don't like the leader of Hezbollah.
Like it's not a broken clock situation. No, dude. Half of these dudes literally get educated in America and in the UK. What the f are you guys talking about? This is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons. And like sometimes they get this shit right. No, dude, he knows. It's crazy. He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
I can't even imagine the books. He's like 5 Barnes and Nobles. Hasan isn't educating people on other opinions. He's radicalizing them. When asked by a viewer if Hasan would denounce terrorism just to get people off of his back, Hasan couldn't do it.
Just denounce terrorists? I do. Your voice speaks loud. Do with that what you will. I denounce terrorists every day. I denounce the terror state of Israel every day. I denounce America's actions that are state-sponsored terror every day.
So how have we gotten to this point? How has Hasan been allowed to do this unpunished? Well, it's because Twitch supports him. Sneeko, Fresh and Fit, as well as the Houthi terrorist were all unbanned on Twitch. None of this makes any sense because these guys promote that Hitler was right. Meanwhile, it was discovered that Twitch blocked everyone in Israel-Palestine from creating accounts on desktop since October 13th, 2023. Now, you could argue that this makes sense because there's a war going on and they don't want footage on their website. But they didn't do this with Russia and Ukraine. In fact, they never blocked a country like this before. And then you realize everyone in Palestine gets their internet from Egypt, Jordan, or Lebanon. So this only affects Israelis. Twitch has ignored Israelis complaining about this for months. This led Dan, Destiny's co-host, to do an investigation on Twitch's anti-Semitism. And what he found was insane. Twitch's current head of...
I followed this whole shit, dude. Yo, Dan, I like Dan. Destiny gets on my nerves sometimes, bro. But nah, Dan, he is fucking so smart. He dug all this shit up by himself. Went on a one-man campaign against Dan Clancy, the fucking CEO of Twitch and shit. Like, he forced his dick into Twitch. The
Trusted Safety was fired from her previous job due to having too strong of opinions on Israel-Palestine. When Reddit would talk about how Israel is still blocked by Twitch a year later, her former employee would joke, "What has anyone from Israel done for—"
Jay, bro, Hasan, I seen him do this shit, because he's been, like, attacked about this all the time. You live in a fucking $1 million house. You drive a fucking, like, $1 million car. And then he, just like Phil, well, this is a house, okay? What you don't understand, because you're so stupid, is that I moved my family into this house. You know, my family lives here. Dude, his mom literally made some chicken nuggies and shit while he streams, you know? I moved my family in here. How many people would do that with that kind of money? I let people clip my streams, and I let them make money from that. Like, he just uses the most, like, bullshit-ass arguments to defend his retarded fucking takes on the world and politics, bro. Like, how are you saying, eat the rich? I want to see the street. He said this shit before. I want to see the streets run red with capitalist blood while he benefits the most from fucking capitalism, bro. Like, you can't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those two ideas do not mesh together, bruh.
Twitch.
That's why you know
Isn't
he's
it
a
all
grifter.
surprising that
He's
someone that
faking
works
shit,
under her
dog.
has this mentality? So between this, Sneeko Myron, a terrorist, Hasan Frogan, and the Arab tier list being streamed live from TwitchCon, people finally called a duck and labeled Twitch anti-Semitic. And it's hard to argue against it. Twitch is clearly not enforcing its TOS when it comes to comments made about veterans or Jews. I got a whole video on Sneeko. Watch it. How was this guy unbanned on Twitch? TOS clearly states that you can't show terrorist propaganda. Meanwhile, Hasan promotes it and nothing happens. He gets sung happy birthday from Twitch staff.
Happy birthday, dear Hasan.
Yeah, and those of you who don't know, you know, if you lived under a rock, fucking Cenk Uygur, the fucking owner of the Young Turks, host of that bullshit, bro, he is this motherfucker's cousin, dog. You know what I mean? So, like, unlike other content creators, he already had a leg up. Like, he's the guy Phil bitches about, but Phil is this guy. You know, you got family give you a head start in every aspect of life, bro. Rich dad, rich parents from fucking Turkey, fucking rich uncle that owns probably one of the biggest leftist fucking goddamn media websites on the goddamn internet. You know, let him host his own show and all that shit, bro.
This is crazy.
People made a website called Twitch or Terrorist where you could guess who said the quote, a Twitch streamer or an actual terrorist. America deserves 9/11. Well, terrorists did pull it off. Nope, it's Hasan. If Hezbollah is a terrorist organization, then America is the top terrorist organization. And it could go either way. Let's play it safe and say terrorist. Nope, it's Hasan again. Let's play the clip.
Oh my God, well, Hezbollah is a terrorist organization? Dog, if Hezbollah is a terrorist organization, then America is the top terrorist organization, which it is, by the way. America is the top dog in terrorism, and so is Israel.
What makes a terrorist group is that they pursue their political goals by targeting the civilian population. This should not be glorified. Hasan dismisses all of that and just calls everyone racist.
What the fuck are you talking about? No, what you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim. Okay? That's what you meant to say. What you meant to say is they're Muslim.
No.
So of course, as they're Muslim, it's different.
Because every army actually is a terrorist organization that's Muslim. That's probably what this chatter is saying. This chatter thinks Egyptian army terrorist. Moroccan army, terrorist.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. The political bias from Twitch here is insane. How do you moderate your site as much as Twitch and then let all of this slide unless you're being anti-Semitic? So Dan started targeting Twitch's advertisers until Twitch decided to enforce their TOS evenly. Finally, Twitch started to ban people. Sneeko and Fresh and Fit were removed, and the 4 people on the tier list panel were banned temporarily. But not Hasan, and because of the stalemate, some creators have reported losing up to 80% of their ad revenue.
You know what my problem is? I'm gonna say it. I'm not even pissed off at the streamers for doing this fucking crazy shit. I'm pissed off at Twitch for allowing it to get to this point, facilitating it, allowing it, condoning it, or turning a blind eye.
To me, it seems like a no-brainer to temporarily ban them and get all of your ads back, but no, everyone has to suffer. They refuse to enforce their TOS. Either unban everyone for their edgy political opinions or start to enforce your TOS evenly.
I don't know why I feel like shit. They say I'm fine, but I'm not fine.
Hasan's politics have become more and more extreme over the past year. He runs the fence for terrorists who post Jewish people on spikes.
Look at the evidence he provided. I know all the evidence that he provided. I'm familiar with. Yeah, he's a Yemeni teen with a gun.
He laughs at cops getting shot.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Watch out! Are you okay?
No, you shot me!
Oh god! Are you okay?
Echo 71081.
And as of this year, he's doubled down. He stands by it, thinks it's hilarious.
Are you okay?
No, you shot me!
Oh god! Are you?
What the fuck? Still good. Still good. Yo, that still bangs, dude. Yo, that's funny as.
He thinks it's funny when Jews get jumped.
Children! For the children!
I mean, it's still kind of funny. Soccer fans beating each other up. What has happened to Europe?
He often denies and scoffs when people bring up the October 7th rapes.
Bro, what rapes did f***ing Hamas do? What are you talking about?
Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel had a...
And it's fully backed by Twitch at the cost of all other creators. This video doesn't even go into the countless lies and slander he spreads about other creators. He's a coward, hiding behind his race or the dead bodies of Palestinians rather than owning up to his mistakes.
Oh, they just need to bite the bullets of what? Just stop covering Gaza? Stop speaking to the humanity of the victims?
And we will get to that next video. Subscribe to the channel and be sure to check out Rocket Money. Shout out to the homies over on Patreon.
Yeah, bro.
Phoebes Crimson.
Yo, big ups to WillyMac. But yeah, he's been on Hasan's ass for like the last year and a half. He made another video about this fool. Yeah, bro, this is a good video.
Through and through.
We dropped this one 6 months ago.
Hasan Piker is the most prominent left-leaning streamer online.
This is the last one we'll watch. We won't even probably finish all of it. We'll get like halfway through. And then really quick, we'll cover the Kino Casino drama, I suppose. Or, you know, if not, we'll do it tonight. We'll do it tonight sometime during the restream, right? So.
Debate resume includes
But yes, we are gonna fucking celebrate a part of the Kino Casino fucking being lit ablaze.
The 16-year-old Israeli kid,
I swear,
me, where his only
homeboy
defense
came
was
through there with a bat
is saying
smashing
it's
a
all
bunch
out
of slot
context.
machines.
The reason why I said this, and you do this regularly, okay? When I say something on this stream, okay, oftentimes, especially if it's
Did you
a
watch
developing
the video?
story.
Like, how do you know I say this stuff?
Especially if it's a developing story. If I misspeak, apparently you can use it in your commentary as though it's like super serious. So anyway,
I didn't name one example that I did that.
I don't know. I don't watch
Yeah,
your videos.
I saw that.
So.
Yeah, he debated this motherfucker, smoked him like a cigar.
Don't make shit up.
He's very critical of other people's debating skills. His grand advice to Destiny when debating Ben Shapiro was to call Ben a fascist.
Oh my God, dude. Dude, this is why you need to be a little bit more educated, okay? He's a fascist. Him bringing up Nazi Germany as a moral regression is an awesome point. What do you say in that situation? You turn around and go, yeah, that's exactly the kind of moral regression you're advocating for in the United States of America when you want to have these like insane regressions on culture and on civil society.
The moral regression Ben was advocating for was a two-parent household, just like those evil Germans.
Dude, I would destroy Ben on Israel-Palestine. I'm serious. He is so bad.
When given the chance to destroy someone, that's about as intellectually honest.
I don't like Ben Shapiro. I love his sister's magnificent bazooms. Bro, oh my God. Have y'all ever seen Ben Shapiro's sister? No, sister talking about it. God. Holy shit, bro. He's such an ugly person, right? His sister, oh my God, his sister.
As himself, Hasan loses it on international television.
I've got two panelists here who've not had a word yet.
Because you're a
Please stop talking.
Forcing the debate to end early.
Cut off their food. Cut off their water.
Okay.
Yeah, the slight
you know what? I'm
Israel
going to cut off. I'm going to cut off this debate.
9% of their electricity. The rest is Hamas.
I'm going to cut off the
That's
debate
not
because
Israel.
we're getting
Israel
absolutely
provides-
nowhere. But I appreciate everybody joining me. Thank you very much indeed.
He famously did a fluff piece for the Houthi terrorists, giving their pirating operation the stamp of approval from him and his entire audience.
That's so fire. Oh my God. Dude, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hasan would get so much backlash for this, he would rewrite history only a month later, acting like he never knew this kid was a pirate.
I had a random teenager from Yemen on this broadcast, and these dipshits literally kept saying he's an anti-Semitic, homophobic, gay people executing terrorist Houthi who killed probably a bunch of fucking sailors. Random Yemeni teenager.
He literally talks about being a Houthi on his social media, saying you should only be afraid if you're a Jew. And when it comes to engaging with different points of view or criticism, Hasan is as dishonest as ever.
Shouldn't you be trying to convince these people?
Did I see what happened to LTG's channel? Yeah, I did, bro. He got banned and then he got unbanned like an hour.
Well, the right thing instead of ostracizing them, man, suck my fucking dick, dumb. These people are brain broken. You don't know what the you're talking about.
This is gonna be a classic. That's the thing. There's a lot of dishonest folks on the internet that you have to protect yourself from, like data brokers
these goddamn
who steal your information and sell it to spammers and scammers online. You're full.
No, I ain't even mad at it, bro. It's just like I hope I could like eventually get a good sponsor and I could finagle you fuckers in a DSP video. All right, guys, ba-boom, rocket mortgage, dude. You want to get a house like your boy Chor Murray? Rocket mortgage. Okay?
A real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired. But a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean?
Got me.
In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
I sympathize that every line of work is going to have its days where it's hard, but comparing streaming in any way to a real job is so out of touch, especially coming from the guy who leaves to eat midstream while other people's videos play. Hasan would obviously get a lot of heat for that, so he'd quote tweet me saying, "It's wild how this completely out of context clip made its way to Twitter so fast. I was talking about how streaming eats away at my social battery compared to my sales job, but people already understand the context, they just disagree. His own chat disagrees. Comparing it to retail work is just so funny. He's trying to get his chat to ratio me on stream while they're telling him he has a bad take."
Pass. It was a bad take. Let's just move on. Because imagine a soul-crushing job and then you still don't have money to take care of your family. Yeah, I famously say work is not soul-crushing. I don't understand. This is why people stop watching? No, man. It's not because of hater content that people stop watching. Your chat is not even on your side with the real reason why people stop watching is because shit like this pops, dude. It bangs. It bangs on Twitter. It's like, and new people that would normally filter in here are immediately fucking negatively polarized against me. That's it.
When people would ask Hasan what he thought of the criticism, he would say that he's too much of an adult to be.
See, those DSP, dude, that's all I hear. I'm like, bro, this is Phil. It's like you guys were related through a long lost cousin or something.
Bothered by it.
What do you think? What we take? I did not.
There has to be like, there literally has to be some kind of common ancestor, right? In the fossil records where Hasan and Phil and Christian, all these locals that have like these deluded, insane, narcissistic fucking tendencies, bro. It's like they're all related through like some chimp in the woods, bro, in the fossils, dude.
Not look at any of these takes.
We
You
need
want to know why?
Fucking do some science.
Because I'm a
shit. We
motherfucking
need to
adult
study the
who
fossils,
lives in the
dude.
real world, and it doesn't matter.
But as the stream progressed, it became increasingly obvious that it definitely did bother him. Muda would point out that even with the extra context, he still disagrees. And Hasan would say Muda is just posturing.
It's honestly posturing specifically to be like, I, as an online content creator, am very close to you guys. I'm just like you. I hate when streamers say stuff like this. I'm very different. And it's like, bro, you know, you understand the context of it. It doesn't... You understand the context of what I said. You see that it's like clipped out of context, and then you double down on the clipping out of context, and you say, well, even in context is still stupid.
He then pulls up Muda's tweets on Palestine to discredit him and show that he's a bad person.
That's crazy that the fucking fence is holding him. That's crazy. He's sitting hard on that thing, dude. He's like, this genocide stuff is very complex.
But Hasan would hit a boiling point when Ludwig would upload a video disagreeing with him.
There ain't no fucking way MAGA Male made a huge streaming controversy video. There's no fucking way. This motherfucker avoided, like the plague, 8 Nick Merckx LGBT controversies only to turn around and make a MAGA Male. What is the thumbnail? Let me see this. Streaming is the hardest job on earth.
He's so mad. So Ludwig shows all the context and he still disagrees, making a lighthearted joke about Hasan, and Hasan feels devastated.
But I wanted to talk about this as a streamer myself for almost 6 years now on how hard it really is. I'm kidding. I would look. I just.
Oh God, it just annoys me because like it's such a fake fucking thing to do. It's just literally using someone who you're friends with, like being maliciously clipped out of context to be like, I'm actually one of the good content creators. I know how privileged I am. It's like, yeah, I do too.
When Hasan says something is out of context, it's never missing context. It just means they disagree with him. Hasan would go full mask off when an audience—
Yo, who does that sound like? Who does that sound like, chat? Who the fuck does that sound like, bro? I'm telling you, ooh, bro.
Member pointed this out.
Yeah. It's like no different than what Muda did.
It's just
He
out
showed
of
the context
context.
though.
You're clipping
It doesn't
me out of
matter that he showed the context. It's just a way to just literally farm off the fucking drama.
Well, then don't say it's out of context. Hasan doesn't have any way to really defend himself, so he molds and then just goes back to saying everything's out of context.
I got used like a cum rag for a Rocket Mortgage ad, dude. Come on. Dude, come on, bro. Don't farm me like that. Jesus Christ. That's lame as fuck, actually. Like, I thought he was at least gonna... Oh, yeah. For a good cause, at least? Yeah, dude. He's a great cause. He threw me to the flames, posted a fucking Twitter... a fake tweet, said that, you know, we are so privileged, actually, which he's right, we are. He just said it was out of context, farmed me regardless, moved on to be like, look how nice I am, and sold a fucking Rocket Mortgage ad in the process.
Hasan would end his stream, and his fans would try to pressure Ludwig into taking down the video.
You should call Hasan and apologize. Why is Hasan mad? What did I do?
Oh no. Fucking fan.
What did I do? Because I'm a mogul male?
Did call Hasan, he's crying unironically.
For views? Oh, well, I mean, shit, if that's the deal, I'll just fucking pull him out of the thumbnail, and then I feel like it doesn't really matter much, right? I feel like outside the thumbnail, you can't really make that argument much.
But this wouldn't be enough for him, so Ludwig would take down the video and re-record the whole thing, siding with Hasan the whole time.
People don't really give a shit about the context. People don't really give a shit about the conversation. They just care about getting Twitter likes, which is all this really is, which is why people like Keemstar are tweeting out shit like this, just, you know, just for a dunk sesh, because nobody gives a fucking shit. Nobody gives a rat's ass about the facts or about any people involved. They just care about a little Twitter like, little impression.
Ludwig got a single DM that said no balls and then showed a tweet about bringing assassinations back. For some reason, acting like this was a serious threat.
And this is the one that set me over the edge. Now, this is a DM from a guy that just said no balls because I removed the video. Again, what the fucking plan to re-upload the video? But he messages me and he says no balls. Now, you know, by itself, you don't think much of it. But then I clicked on his Twitter account, and I see that he said this: wish assassinations were a real thing. And this isn't a quote retweet to people in this situation. Not trying to say who, I'm not trying to get demonetized here. But what a fucking crazy thing for Mr. Penis Head to say.
Why is it crazy? His name is Mr. Penis Head. It's got a single like, and Ludwig's virtue signaling about how un-American this guy is.
Can now be a guy who's wishing for assassinations, because why? The guy you don't like online is millionaire? Said something you don't like? It's the most un-American thing I ever heard in my fucking life.
No.
What's more beautiful about being an American than seeing someone you don't fucking like, but they're allowed to say whatever the fuck you don't like? It blows my mind.
Why are we taking Mr. Penis Head's joke tweets so seriously? Hasan's literally tweeted a picture of the same 3D printed gun that was used to assassinate the former Japanese prime minister. And he did this to a United States senator. But Mr. Penis Head, way too far. Ludwig's a coward for taking this video down. It's so funny to me that Hasan has this expectation that his friends need to defend him at every turn for every dumb thing he says. Vosh's community makes fun of Hasan for his poor coverage of Ukraine. And Hasan wants it down.
This is not a leftist community at all, for the record. I don't know. I really thought so.
No. Remember when I got shit? I got shit for criticizing TBS for the way they released that blurry fat cat picture, and then everybody's like, "You're trying to split the community apart, chill." You should just agree with every other detractor and everything they do. Yeah, no, that's like retarded ass logic. Okay.
Reached out to Vosh earlier today. I was like, listen, dude,
This shit's hilarious.
I see something going on that I don't like. I'm letting you know
Detractors
it's
try to have us
a
do
never-ending
that for
death
covering a pedophile
spiral.
too,
It
dude.
will
It's
turn out
wild.
bad if you just like allow this kind of shit to foster.
It's wild. It's so wild, dude. Like how the inner workings of the detractor community is kind of like Twitch. You know, it's like a gay ass fucking little fucking dweeb ass like community sometimes like that. You know, bro, man, don't say that about that person. Don't do that. And then what? I'm supposed to make a video going, man.
And
Sorry,
he was like,
I just like
he's
I got
literally
reminded
like,
of
yeah,
how
off.
similar
Like these were legitimate
all this
criticisms. I was
shit
like,
is
bro, they were
sometimes,
literally
dude.
clipping shit from my Twitter
So,
where I
like,
was
actual
criticizing
content
Russia
creating shit,
to
you
make
know?
it seem like I was pro-Russia. How is
Like,
that in
people
any
take
way,
shit
shape, or
seriously.
form legitimate criticism?
He's lying again, saying it's out of context when it's not. I have a whole video documenting it. XQC ranks Hasan a little lower on a tier list, and Hasan cries about it.
Like, whenever your chat was like calling me out or whatever, when mentioning Moon and NMP Lol, Asmongold, and all these other content creators actually, you know, whipping their communities when their chat is going absolutely bananas over random dumb shit and bringing my name up for no fucking reason. And I thought that for the past year, you were just allowing that shit to run rampant in your chat. And I thought that was fucked up, especially as someone who thought we were friends. I think that's a reasonable expectation for
It's so
someone who you consider to be a friend.
But when Ethan was begging
It's
Hasan
so
to moderate
fucking
his chat from
childish.
calling him pro-genocide every 30 seconds, Hasan's like, it's out of my hands. You did it to yourself.
By the way, I'm not even defending I'm not even like I'm just trying to tell you guys how it feels. And I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, who the fuck is this child, cold, arrogant, kind as
Ethan,
fuck.
I love you, but there's
Don't you
only so
moderate
much I
it?
can
How
do.
can you be surprised when your Discord is literally full of
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're making that argument. You know that, right? Like, at a certain point, you're an adult, and the words that you're saying are going to be perceived by people in a certain way.
You know, at what point is Hasan responsible for the words that come out of his mouth? Zero self-awareness.
I've gotten numb to the criticism. Like, it's not. As a matter of fact, I see
Yeah,
it.
bro, and it's crazy how Snood is pretty much gonna get away for sweeping for a pedophile. Literally, he's gonna get away with sweeping for Raven's Dolphin, bro. You know, I think King Sly said it the other night, but it's true, dude. Anybody try to sweep for Raven, try to be friends with him at this point, knowing everything that happened, nah, fuck you. You should get fucked.
Get out now.
That's bullshit.
Wait, no, Snood should really
So
get
what
fucked,
you gonna
bro.
do?
Fuck
If you
him,
number
dude.
one, shove it up your ass and make it number two.
Oh.
Hasan didn't like Destiny's debate with Ben Shapiro. He called Destiny an idiot for not picking apart Ben's points. Hasan's advice that he tries to give Destiny is terrible. He's like, never let
that DSP news account, the shit that they're saying about 007, that's all the shit that Snood fucking got. It's all the information that Snood looked up and pushed to other detractors to try to discredit me, fucking 007 and King Sly. Like, literally, Snood's a piece of shit, and he just got to get away with it, you know?
Ben explain anything.
The problem is
He's an
you
asshole,
shouldn't
bro.
actually
He really
ever
is.
ask him like, how do you enforce
Indrid's
that?
cool, but
because
Snood,
then
he's
you're
a
kind of
fucking goddamn
conceding.
retarded
You're giving
piece of
him
shit.
you're
He
giving
is.
him an opportunity to describe his like idiotic worldview, and Ben is a very skilled debater, and he will try to present his handmaiden tale as dystopia in like a relatively positive way.
But that's how good conversations work. One person talks and then the other person responds. If you don't go down their logical thought process, how will you ever understand their argument? It's no wonder all of Hasan's debates turn into screaming matches. Now, this debate was widely praised for being civil, respectable, and for allowing there to be a deeper conversation than just name calling. I don't want to show you too much because it's a little dry. It's a politically nuanced conversation.
Hasan is unfortunately the dumbest guy here this time. Please just simply tell me why you think that is the case instead of just saying that and making yourself feel smart. Because that is what dumb guys do.
My guy, that's you. The master debater Hasan, would get a chance to show off his debate tactics on Piers Morgan, but unfortunately would run into
Oh
someone
yeah, I remember with this fucker. I saw this shit, bro. Oh my god, this was so bad, dude. I can't believe it too. This guy represents the left, And this guy, people like Hasan, is why, like, you know, people don't take the left seriously or whatever. Or they try to conflate, like, the left with communism and bullshit like that, bro.
Stubborn as himself. Emily is pro-Israeli Hasan. She's loud and overly dramatic, demonizing everyone.
How dare you say it's okay to talk about an intifada?
My goal is solutions. Your goal is the continuation of violence.
Yeah, these two were made for each other. I ship them. When going on a show to debate Israel-Palestine, the #1 question you will be asked is, do you think October 7th was justified? And Hasan refuses to answer directly.
It does seem that you're very selective about the violence that you support. That when you support it, it's justified. When other people use things in a violent way that you don't support, it's unjustified. Seems like it's all skewed to what Hasan Piker thinks.
Well, not necessarily just what I think. I think that there are obvious markers, obvious boundaries. I don't think violence against civilians is justified. I have talked about October 7 on this very same show, saying that it was a tragedy. It was atrocities that occurred on October 7 specifically. When you target civilians in any capacity, I think that that is unacceptable. However, this does not mean that violence will not occur in many circumstances. Violence has occurred in every single revolutionary action, many good revolutionary actions.
Piers now asks the obvious question, which is, does Hamas attack count as one of those good revolutionary actions?
Was what Hamas did on October the 7th an example of what you would call a justified revolution?
I don't look at every single act of violence. I look at
You've literally
players,
just been reciting a whole load of
systems
them.
of oppression.
Why
when
are you
we are analyzing it.
why are
And
you
do it
avoiding
too, Piers.
October the 7th?
You do it too.
No, I don't.
I'm not avoiding it. I've talked about it a million times
Well,
over.
let me ask you one more time.
This is not what we're here to discuss.
Emily, hang on.
This is not what we're here to
Hassan,
discuss.
let me
She
just ask
said
you. Let me
very
just ask you
specifically,
directly
Israel's
one more
not an
time.
apartheid.
Just answer the question. He doesn't, so Piers asks again.
Let me ask you one more time. Do you believe what happened on October the 7th was a justified act of revolution? Yes or no?
I do not, and I do think that. Oh, wait, hold on. That's let me clarify. Let me clarify something very important here.
How do you not have an answer ready? He talks about how Israel is an apartheid regime, continuing to dodge the question, so Piers continues to ask it.
I just want to bring in our two British panelists here, but just finally, just to clarify, Hassan, I can't quite work out whether you said you do think October the 7th was an unjustified act of revolution or whether you changed your mind. So can you clarify?
I think that violent
This is like
means
Phil on Piers
of maintaining an
Morgan, bro. I love
apartheid
this
is
shit.
inevitably going
Like,
to
imagine
yield
DSP
violent
on
retaliation.
Piers
Just
Morgan,
say
bro.
yes. If your argument is that these people have been abused and oppressed for so long that this was the only option they had, then fine. That's not an illegal position. He's so worried about optics, he can't even communicate what he thinks.
I do not, and I do think that. Oh, wait, hold on. That's let me clarify.
I find it funny that when Piers does this to opposing guests, Hasan loves it. He calls it real journalism.
Here is a 5-minute fest where Piers Morgan actually genuinely becomes a journalist for a brief moment. Let's watch.
You literally no idea how many civilians you've been killing.
I can tell you definitively that our aim is to go after Hamas.
You have no idea how many civilians you've killed. If you know exactly how many Hamas terrorists you've killed, you must know how many civilians you've killed.
Piers, with respect, don't put words into my mouth, please. I didn't say exactly 14,000. I said around 14,000. Whereas Hamas will come out with precise numbers that statisticians
Well,
will
give me
look
a
at.
ballpark number for civilians.
Well, of course, you can use the ballpark as far as the Hamas figures, which I reject as being false.
Well, if they're false, why would you give me those?
I gave you the numbers that I had.
No, you've told me
And
you know how many Hamas terrorists you've killed, but you don't seem to have any idea how many civilians you've killed.
I saw a TikTok about this, and they were all saying you turned Piers Morgan into a believer. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it's a shocking display. And as a fair and balanced reporter of facts, I will hand it to Piers. This is an unimaginable W.
But when Piers does the same thing to Hasan because he won't answer, that's because he's biased. Piers repeated the question one more time, and it about breaks Hasan.
Hassan, just before I come to the two people who are with me here, I just need some clarity here because it seems like you're dancing around whether you think October the 7th was justified or not.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this back and forth masturbation? I've already given you my
Why are you
position.
doing this?
I'm
He's
sick and
happy.
tired
It's
of
Jews
repeating it
being
over and over
killed.
again.
Because it's Jews, it's okay.
Ask this
Emily,
demon
stop
next to me wearing a fucking
I'll come back
IDF
to you.
dog
Only
tag.
when it's Jews, it's okay.
Please
We're
stop
not
shouting
doing
at
it.
each
demon next
other.
to me wearing an IDF dog tag if she actually thinks Israel's actions are justifiable?
Bring them home.
Do you
it's
see
to bring
me
the
rocking
hostages
the fucking
home. The hostages
all right,
that you
you're talking
rightly
over each
believe
other.
belong in
All right.
the
You know what it
tunnels of
is.
This whole time, by the way, the other two panelists haven't even been introduced. Hasan then asked the inverse question to Emily, but she answers very clearly.
Stop doing this to each other, please.
Emily,
Nobody
Emily,
can understand a
can you
word
condemn the
either of you are
actions of
saying.
Israel?
Now, let me come to Esther and James here. This is one of my problems.
No, I want to
actually.
hear if Emily condemns
No,
the actions
Hassan,
of Israel.
you
Why don't
will
ask
please
her
let me
about that?
moderate the debate.
Why don't you ask her about
I don't condemn
30,000
the idea.
people?
I've got two
I condemn
panelists here
the
who've not
fact
had a
that on
word yet.
October 7th,
Because you're a
they
fucking
kidnapped
terrorist.
Please stop
civilians from their
talking.
homes. And I think you're a terrorist.
And so, yeah, this has been very productive. Finally, Esther answers that same October 7th question, and she does so precisely and clearly while bodying these two clowns.
This happened in a vacuum. Of course, October the 7th was an atrocity, and it was completely unjustified. There was no justification for butchering people in the way that they did. But it didn't happen in a vacuum. A lot of the people that live in Gaza weren't even born at the time that Hamas came in power. So I really just... I despise this, you're a terrorist sympathizer, you're a genocide supporter, all of this, when really the people that we should be talking about deserve better.
Okay, James, on the wider point of these protests.
Well, I couldn't get to that part because I wanted to describe what the apartheid is, and
Okay.
Emily cut in immediately to chirp about some random shit.
Okay.
He's so salty.
Look, Hassan.
But
hang on,
can I add
Emily,
something?
please, I'll come to you. Let me just ask Hassan. When you and Emily go at each other like you just did, nobody wins. I mean, no one can really understand a word you're saying because you're shouting over each other. You end up just calling each other terrorists. There's no sensible dialogue here. There's no constructive conversation. It's just two
No, but I do
implacably
think
opposed sides abusing each other. Do you understand that?
Yeah, listen, Piers, okay? This is going to always be a very heated discussion, okay? Having a conversation about how heated this discussion is utterly unproductive.
How are you supposed to have a productive conversation on this topic, educating people, if everyone is so emotional they can't even let each other speak? He's so emotional he can't even see the obvious flaws in his logic. The point he tries to make is absurd.
You tell me I'm wearing an IDF dog tag. I'm wearing a bring them home for the hostages that you... No, it says bring them home.
You're using
This says bring
the
them home.
hostages as a simple political tool to make
As
propaganda
what?
in the West is quite disgusting. The protests that are happening in Israel right now are massive.
Humans in captivity are a political tool?
And those protests,
what?
You are using
Hassan,
humans
pause.
in
Why do
captivity
you
as a
think the
political
hostages
tool.
are
It's so obvious.
Yeah, but so is Hamas, right? That's why they took the hostages in the first place, to use them as political tools. James correctly points this out, and Hasan loses it.
Anyone is using hostages, surely it's Hamas, Hassan.
Yep.
How can you say that? How can you use that argument? That's a crazy thing to say. It's Hamas
What do you
that
mean, how can I
have
use that
taken
argument?
these
There are
people from their
currently
homes,
tens of thousands of people in
murdered their
Israel.
relatives.
There are currently tens of thousands of Israeli citizens right now in the streets of Israel, in the streets of Tel Aviv, outside of Benjamin Netanyahu's house, protesting every single day. What are they protesting? They're protesting for Benjamin Netanyahu to facilitate a ceasefire with Hamas so that they can actually bring the hostages home. That is precisely the number one goal of the family members of the hostages.
Who
and
is
if
using
anyone
the hostages?
on this panel was
No,
being
answer
even a
that
little bit
question.
honest,
You
they would
changed-
recognize
You're
the
not listening to
reality
my
that,
question.
listen, just listen.
You didn't listen to my question.
James is right. He's dodging his question.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand, perhaps, what I'm trying to
That's
imply
very
here.
patronizing.
Utilizing the hostages. Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from London about Palestine and doing a both sides are fine type bullshit. Or you're talking about how you want to free Palestine, but also simultaneously, both sides got a lot going on. Shut the up. You don't know anything, okay?
Bro, this guy lives in a $3 million home in California and drives a $250,000
Exactly.
Porsche.
It fucking exactly, bro. It motherfucking exactly. It's like, what are you gonna do for Palestine, bro? What are you doing? You're just sitting here chimping out.
You're all equally
spurging out on
unqualified.
national
I don't give a shit about what your
TV
perspective is.
I agree
Hassan
with
doesn't
a
like
lot
what
of
you
the
have
things
to
you're saying,
say, so
Hassan.
you're wrong. It's not. It's Hasan's way or the highway.
I mean, you
Wow,
are. You
really
are. There is no
clever you
both sides
are.
on a genocide. Is there a both
Really
sides of a
clever.
genocide? There is no both sides.
Well, the thing is, it's interesting you should mention the hostages.
There is no both sides and apartheid.
Hold on. Piers ends the debate early because Emily and Hasan won't stop talking over each other. The dialogue is completely fruitless. He stares in the camera, looking like he wants to end it all.
Say
Yes,
we are
Hamas
fighting
is
human
human
animals and we have to
animals.
cut off their
Hamas-
electricity,
correct.
cut off their food, cut off their water.
Okay.
Yeah, the slight
You know what? I'm
Israel-
going to cut
Israel
off. I'm
provides
going to cut off this
79%
debate.
of their electricity. The rest is Hamas.
I'm going to cut off the
That's
debate
not
because
Israel.
we're getting
Israel
absolutely
provides-
nowhere. But I
Okay.
appreciate everybody joining me. Thank you very much indeed.
Hasan's debate strategy was much more entertaining than Destiny's debate with Ben, but I didn't learn a goddamn thing. Nobody watching this changed their opinion or learned anything new about the conflict. Hasan
be
does
right
nothing
back.
for this topic. Even he agrees that it was a complete waste of time.
I unironically realized like this is I can't have these conversations with people who are just like dick riding Israel into oblivion. It's just not going to be productive discourse. I was screaming, dude. He probably loves you if you made good TV. No, we didn't make good TV because I nuked it. Probably came off unhinged.
I really do believe if he was just less emotional and engaged with arguments more directly, he would look a lot better. Instead, he frames it as everyone else is just doing this for career opportunities.
That's the problem. Every single one of these like pro-Israeli people are doing it for fucking career opportunities.
He gets mad at Brianna Wu for supporting how police handled protesters and compares her having the last name Wu to a white person saying the N-word.
How does she have the last name Wu? She married an Asian dude. And I guess like transitive property makes her Asian. I don't know. It's very strange. Like, okay, so I guess Riley Reid can say the N-word then. Like, what do you mean? It's not, it don't work that way.
Her last name is Wu because that's her husband's last name. What is he talking about? Hasan was terrible in this debate. He managed to make a majority pro-Palestine panel hate him, and I don't blame them. Hasan is the best thing to happen to the IDF. He makes his side look so crazy. He mocks Destiny for reading Wikipedia.
Seems like he does more research than you. No, you just came in here to say that because you don't know anything about the way I've covered this conflict. I have talked to academics on this issue over and over again.
No,
I've
he
used their
has
works.
not,
I've
bro.
interviewed them directly. I've interviewed journalists on the fucking ground that have like actually been in Gaza.
By that he means he reads tweets and only talks to people who agree with him. But when he's asked to read a single article from an opposing viewpoint, he's like, nope, don't want to pay for it.
Why don't you read the whole article? Well, one, because it's paywalled, and two, I don't want to listen to an article about how calling Israel an apartheid regime is wrong.
If you're so educated and know so much, go debate Destiny. Piers has been trying to set it up.
Vorselli. So they think like that's the position to take.
Who? The Piers Morgan people today reached out to me. They said, "Hi, would you be interested in debating Hasan Piker on either Tuesday or Thursday next week?" I said, yeah, sure, but there's no way he will agree. And they said, checking. We'll see.
Hasan's pretending this isn't happening. It's pathetic.
Just genocide all of them. Genocide the Middle East. Permanent third world genocide.
Another thing Hasan has been doing is he will literally break news. He will talk about things that nobody else has even reported on or talked about yet. There's no details released, but Hasan's got the inside scoop. He doesn't cite anything.
There has been a ceasefire negotiation process with a lot of back and forth for some time now. Israel is the party that has been ruining the ceasefire terms. I know that it takes two to tango, but for the most part, I would say that Hamas's conditions have been endlessly reasonable. Israel's reaction has been anything but.
How? Why? Quantify that, please. He won't.
Now, of course, if you look at the American news coverage, the Western media's coverage on the issue, you would.
I swear, it's just like. It's just like fucking masking your ignorance by fucking just like saying more fucking stupid facts that aren't even true. Like, it reminds me of Chris Chan. Chris Chan used to call it information overload, right? Like, Chris Chan invented this play, low-key, bro. He came up with a name for it and everything. No bullshit. But it's when you try to just like pretty much throw in a bunch of needless, useless information to obfuscate the facts, right? That people are actually like talking about and looking for, bro. And in the end, it makes the locale it makes them look stupider than they fucking thought, right? It's like they end up giving too much information. Like, they end up looking stupider than they thought, bro. It's crazy.
You would basically,
but it's like when Phil just talks and talks and talks. He tries to divert from an actual subject. Hasan does it. Chris Trent does it in his little retarded way. I've seen everyone
entirely different opinion. Perhaps the exact opposite of what is the truth.
Okay, how?
So basically, what I'm trying to say is, the media is presenting what is actually happening, looking at what is actually happening, and just presenting the exact opposite. Okay? The exact opposite.
Show me. Give me an article. The video he has on screen does not confirm any of it.
In this round of conversations, basically they claimed that like the Hamas acceptance was coming from an Egyptian envoy, and Egypt is also Hamas. Well, they didn't say that, but they said that the Egyptian terms were like infinitely softer than what the Israel would be down for or something. And this is after Hamas agreed to the latest proposal presented by Israel on April 27th. And there is no change in its elements. An official matter with the talks tells Reuters.
He's saying Hamas accepted Israel's ceasefire conditions with no changes and that Israel is backing out because they want to kill more people. This is insane news if true. Hasan's only source for this is a tweet. Like, bro, you gotta have more than this. He then immediately mocks and laughs at any report saying that Hamas may have changed the deal.
And the only thing that I've seen from Israel is that although it is their proposal, they no longer actually feel comfortable with it, and are saying that maybe it's Egypt has softened that deal too much.
The details haven't been released yet. How is he mocking that? What if it's true? Only 2 days later, a U.S. official would report U.S. officials have pushed back on Hamas' claim that it agreed to a ceasefire deal, instead characterizing the response as a counter-proposal with changes. That counter-proposal will need further negotiation. So when this information would come out, would Hasan correct the story? Nope, he'd just continue his narrative. Israel reneged the terms.
That is why you saw celebration when the Palestinians heard that Hamas had accepted the ceasefire conditions, which were put together by an American and Egyptian and Qatari envoys as well, which Israel decided to renege on the terms and then turn around and say, actually, no, we didn't agree to this at all. We don't believe this at all. We are still going to continue with our Rafah invasion. Israel then also claimed that it was really fucked up of Hamas to act like they were accepting a ceasefire and getting the Palestinian hopes up.
And as usual, this guy doesn't cite anything. He just keeps the storyline going. That's the Hasan way.
It was funny to see like a brief moment from the media where they were like, Hamas accepted the conditions of the ceasefire, and then Israel reneged on the offer, only to very quickly turn back and be like, actually, no, Israel told us that it was Hamas that like fucked up the offer and added additional conditions, and that's why it's Hamas's fault. It's like, is there a moment that like Israel will be at fault for any of this, or is it always just Hamas?
The media only ever reported that that's what Hamas said, which is not the same thing. Even the most staunch advocates have to admit it's a little bit ridiculous that Hasan will see a single tweet, come up with a narrative in his head, and then when the news releases more information, he goes, nope, they're wrong, my scenario's actually right. He's like this because his foreign policy is America bad all the time.
Let me explain to you 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually be moral, or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
That's not what analysis is, bro. That's called bias. Hasan isn't just bad at news, he does this on purpose. He's a propagandist, no different than the counter-protester he condemns. College protests have erupted across the country. Their goals vary, but they mainly want universities to stop working with companies that have financial ties to Israel. And the students have every right to do that. The debate comes when students build a rust base and prevent other students from freely moving around campus. Asman tweeted about this, and Hasan responded saying students aren't being blocked from going to class. And Asman replied with a video.
You guys have closed the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here. I'm being blocked off, not by the security guard, but by you two. You three. Oh, look, they're making their burger while I'm going this way. Excuse me. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this. Look at this. I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school. And they're not letting me walk in. My class
Hasan, dude, he would literally say that Hitler, he would have gave Hitler tips, bro, to get rid of more Jews quickly. You know, he would have been hyping Hitler up.
over there. I want to use that entrance. Okay, we're going.
Like, nowadays,
going.
for sure,
I'm
Hasan
going
would be
in.
like, bro, Hitler.
I have my hands up. I'm not hurting them.
He wasn't working
Not hurting
fast enough, dude.
That's what they do.
We wouldn't
That's
be
what they
in
do,
this
everybody.
situation.
You guys are promoting
You know,
aggression.
if Hitler was
You guys are promoting
confident
hate.
at killing Jews.
We're UCLA
That's
students.
what
We
he
deserve
would
to be
say.
there.
Hasan writes, this is a Zionist counter-protester and they routinely try to enter the encampment to dox and harm students. Like he's doing here now to farm TikToks and dupe people who aren't there into thinking these students are trying to block him from going to class. He brought mace. Now Hasan's right in the sense that this guy isn't just trying to go to class. He's a counter-protester with the goal of making the protesters look bad. One look at his page proves that. The thing is, there's no evidence of this guy trying to harm anybody. Hasan's acting like he was trying to start fights. Asman rightfully points out, I don't see him trying to harm anyone here. He's just talking to them. How is that a problem? Hasan then gets flustered. No, I was talking about the video you linked. He's been trying to enter the encampment to start fights for the past week. He's an agitator and has never been restricted from going to class. The vid you linked is cut specifically to invoke your response. So now this guy isn't just an annoying counter-protester, which was accurate. He's now trying to start fights and harm people. Asman asks, where are the videos of him starting fights then? If I look behind the people blocking him, there aren't any encampments at all either. I'm fine to condemn the guy, but I don't see any evidence of him doing anything wrong right now. And that's true. There's absolutely zero evidence of this guy trying to harm anyone. I tweeted about it, asking for a single clip of this guy causing any harm. It doesn't exist. There's something truly poetic about Hasan getting mad at an Israeli propagandist for lying, so his solution is to then lie about him, spreading his own propaganda. They're the same person. It's beautifully ironic. Hasan gets mad at Asman, reiterating, he wasn't blocked from going to class. He's blocked from entering the encampment. Asman replies, if he's a student and he can't go somewhere in the school because people are blocking him, it's wrong. They have no right or justification to decide who can or can't go somewhere on campus. And Asman is completely right. If you want to make a guy like this look bad, let him into the encampment and film him being an asshole. He just repeats his own misinformation until it becomes a fact. Which reminds me, it's raining bullshit tonight. A lot of people are unhappy with how police have handled protesters, but Hasan makes it seem like a slaughter.
Instead of that, they did a show of force. They said, no, this is a fascist police state, actually. How dare you fucking say anything mean about Israel? We will fucking kill you. We will pack you up. We will arrest you. Like, all you need to do is just go out there and be a voice. And people still lose their minds. They're like, this is unhinged. Like, we have to kill you. We have to arrest you.
Someone in chat would argue that the police didn't handle the protest as poorly as most other countries. Hasan would rightfully condemn them for making such a pointless argument.
It's not bad unless it's the worst thing possible. Yeah, I know. How could you be complaining? How could you be complaining about police response when German police were locking up Jews and gay people and socialists and Roma people and disabled people and putting them in concentration camps and killing them? Like, you don't have to compare everything to the worst fucking thing that has ever happened.
I completely agree with Hasan here. Something doesn't have to be the equivalent of Nazi Germany to still be considered bad. Hasan would follow this up by forgetting he ever said this and comparing everything to Nazi Germany.
There are so many things that have occurred throughout history that are objectively infinitely more violent than what these students are doing that you agree with. Fighting against Nazi Germany. Obviously, a shit ton of violence occurred there, and it was perfectly righteous and perfectly just.
Ben Shapiro thinks two-parent households would solve a lot of problems in society. Nazi Germany.
He's a fascist. Him bringing up Nazi Germany as a moral regression is an awesome point. Turn around and go, yeah, that's exactly the kind of moral regression you're advocating for in the United States of America when you want to have these like insane regressions on culture.
Students blockade and push back against the police. Nazi Germany.
They did a show of force. They said, no, this is a fascist police state, actually.
Someone's anti-abortion. Nazi Germany.
Very same government, your own local governments, for taking increasingly restrictive actions against those who want to make a medical decision, criminalizing abortion, criminalizing women's bodily autonomy in this country. When they come for you in the exact same way, do not be shocked. There's a little poem about this from Nazi Germany, as a matter of fact. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Israel, everyone who sympathizes with their side, every counter-protester. Nazi Germany.
Everyone knows what a Nazi is, okay? And yes, these counter protesters are f***ing Nazis through and through. Israel is a Nazi-style state. Israel's actions are identical to the not.
And that's in itself is such an insane thing to say, bro. Okay, it just is. I don't care how you feel about Palestine. That's a stupid fucking thing to say.
The regime and the Nazi state.
He gets challenged on this and doubles down because everything does need to be Nazi Germany.
Identical is crazy. Is it? Is it though? Fascism is the underpinning ideological movement that the Zionist ideology represents. Same as the Nazis. Is it that crazy? Is it that crazy? Think about that. Is it? This ain't 2007 no more.
Dude, this guy's so based.
He interviewed a Houthi terrorist and promoted himself the entire time as doing real journalism.
I DM'd him. Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean? Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. Dude, this is fire. This is exciting. I'm excited. Doing a little bit of...
You already know you lost your mind. You're sitting here calling yourself a fucking journalist, bro. When all you are is just a gay little Twitch streamer sitting in the comfort and safety of his $1 million
real
home.
Journalism, you know what I mean?
Actual
Finally.
journalists
I agree with Hasan. This would be actual
shit,
journalism.
bro.
But the criticism comes from you not asking any real questions. He just wanted to be friends with this guy, asking him about One Piece.
Does he know what One Piece is?
One Piece, like, is that an organization?
No, One Piece is an anime.
Is
it Lofi?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes, that's fire. That's so fire. Oh my god.
He then says him and his entire community support what the Houthi are doing, which is attacking commercial vessels.
Dude, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hasan runs out of anime questions to ask this guy immediately.
They don't have any. They don't have any like he doesn't have any time to watch fucking anime and shit. So I don't know. I don't know what else to ask about.
How about something relevant? That would be cool. Okay? So a viewer suggests a real question and Hasan shoots him down.
All right. Okay, what else do I want to ask? So like, I mean, he's ask him if he would stop going on boats if Israel stops the genocide. I mean, yeah, he's gonna say yes, chat. What are you talking about? Those are like dumbass questions. Has he ever had like Western food?
How is that a better question? It is the biggest glaze session I have ever seen.
What does he have to say to dumbasses that consider him to be a terrorist? What does he think about that? Ask him that question. I just banned one of those stupid fuckers in the chat just now.
He says, who are they?
Just fucking dumbasses.
Wow, this is so impartial. I made a whole video addressing how historically terrible this video is, even by Hasan's standards. Feel free to check it out. But the point is, he was really proud of it, comparing his anime questions to legitimate journalists who provided alternative perspectives.
It's kind of like the state's narrative is threatened by the humanization of Arabs. Yes, 100%. Journalists sat down with actual ISIS members for interviews. The f are people talking about? Exactly. There's no way that you can say that is not appropriate. Okay? That's what the media does. You can interview whoever the f you want. Okay? The idea that you can't do that is ridiculous. So that is just journalism. People have literally interviewed Osama bin Laden. Okay?
People are not mad that you interviewed him. It's how you did it. Hasan would get so much pushback for this, he'd revert to the Hasan classic, imply that everyone's racist.
The problem is not that you interviewed him, it's how you interviewed him. Gave me chicken and waffles with the Nazi vibes. That's great. That's a great question, or that's a great point to raise here. Except this person is not a Nazi in the United States of America. He's not a Nazi in Yemen either. You are suspecting him of being that because you're primed into assuming that this 19-year-old is...
I love how he always tries to tell people how they're thinking, you know? Like, this is why you're probably feeling or thinking this way. And it's like, bro, go fuck yourself. He's such a fucking dickhead.
Straight up a Nazi. He's giving you Nazi vibes, I guess.
Yeah, bro, I wonder why.
I can't do anything to help you sort out your own internal biases that makes you feel Like, this is not a good thing. This is a bad thing.
He's part of an organization whose flag says death to Israel, death to the United States, a curse upon the Jews. Hasan's gotten so much heat for this, he's now rewriting history, acting like the guy was never a Houthi.
I had a random teenager from Yemen on this broadcast, and these dipshits literally kept saying he's an anti-Semitic, homophobic, gay people executing terrorist Houthi who killed probably a bunch of fucking sailors. Random fucking Yemeni teenager who in the interview said he's not anti-Semitic, that he's totally on board with anti-Zionist Jews, which was shocking for him to even learn about.
Hasan, if he thinks all Jews are Zionists and he didn't know that others existed, doesn't that mean he hates all Jews?
Not a militant. And literally said he wasn't, he was not Houthi.
He didn't say he wasn't part of the Houthi. He was very vague because he's clearly been media trained, which Hasan pointed out.
As far as the Ansar Allah militancy goes, like as far as the standing military goes, like I don't know if he is allowed to speak on this. I don't know if he's like actually a part of the groups at all, or just like simply a TikToker. You know what I mean? I don't know how to ask that in the best way possible, though.
Yeah, I feel like we can ask it pretty directly. His answer is he's a Yemeni who stands with Palestine.
Okay.
He says that he's not Shiite or Sunni. He's just a Yemeni Muslim.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's very media trained, surprisingly, but okay.
It's not surprising at all because he's not some random Yemeni teenager. A viewer pointed out that Hasan marketed it as talking to a Houthi.
Didn't you brand it as him being a Houthi interview, though? Brother, I didn't know anything about him. Okay? And that is the reason why I asked them questions in that process. But many people did not actually watch the interview, and they simply made assertions.
Bro, you need to watch your own interview. I didn't know it was possible to rewrite your own history after only 2 months. This has to be a new record. George Orwell would be...
No. You ain't met my friend Darkside Phil. He will retcon history, bro, in 2 seconds. He'll smell it. Oh shit, I'm gonna get pushback. And then he'll just retcon some shit he just said to you. Fuck.
You're just really fucking dense. You hate me while you talking, you don't make no fucking sense.
Hasan's community is so insane that they're even sick of him. They go after him for the smallest things.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say, you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream.
Why?
It's boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking all this boycott stuff. Please, Hasan, at least pretend. Do it off stream. Please,
Okay, I'll put it in.
She's like, please,
Bro.
just pretend to care, Hasan. And he's like, sure, that's my whole grift.
Is Pepsi
I
okay?
guess. No, I said we were gonna watch a little bit past that, but okay. I guess we'll get into the Kino shit, bro. If I could do it without being a fucking autistic little retard real quick, right? Oh shit, that's the wrong X. Oh shit, bro. That X! Goddamn, bro. Whew. They got for the third monitor, boy. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We maybe ran into some issues. Damn, bro, I got signed out of my fucking goddamn Twitter account on my computer. Come on, bitch. Oh, that's shitty. It's shitty luck. Caca poo poo, bro. How? That's fucking nuts. No, because I'm still signed in on this tab, bro. Alright, we can still do it really quick, I guess. If I can get my shit together. Bro, okay. Dude, Andy Worski is a con man and a fraud, and he's still a cokehead. He's still doing coke all day and night, getting drunk all the time. Oh, and Only Use Me Blade is back. He actually looks a little healthier, too. A lot of things are happening, bro. A lot of things. Hold on, bro. I gotta save this motherfucking picture, dude. That shit's funny. That shit is actually cracking me up. Look at this motherfucker. No, I can't. I can't do it. Can't drink. I can't do it. Good for him. Good for him, bro. But look, I like it. The devil dancing in front of him, dog. Oh, shit. Yo, Donald Escobar. This is an account I follow. We follow each other. He's funny as shit, bro. Attention, Kino Casino. He's been brigading against the Kino Casino for like ever, bro. He's like, attention, Kino Casino, pay pig / Jannies. We're offering an exclusive one-time only amnesty to anyone willing to release Kino-related DMs and other material. This is your last opportunity before that gate's shut forever, so move fast. Oh man, this shit is good. Okay. I'm gonna have to open fucking Google Chrome too, bro. God damn. We're going on Kick, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. We're gonna have to like skim through this stream because dog, it was 5 fucking hours. It was 5 motherfucking hours, way too long. But the best gamers, okay? This is the guy who's breaking shit. Andy Worski's top guy. This is Kyler. This is the dude that edits Kino Casino clips on YouTube. And I think he used to run the X account Kino Casino. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? Like, I'm in and out of the Kino bullshit like that, you know? So, I might not be totally accurate. Don't fucking try to beat me with a dildo. Last I remember about Kyler, he's one of their editors. He's really close, bro. The Kino Casino. He knows a lot of secrets and going-ons, bruh. But yeah, like Andy's saying he had to go to the damn hospital, but he went to a psych ward because he got a bad batch of drugs, dog. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy. But think about it. I like this tweet here. For real. Every time he does that, my 1 year sobriety shit on Kino Casino, sober of what? I called this shit out too. He's sober of what? Booze? No. Blow? Fuck no. Weed? No. The only thing Andy has been sober from is critical thought applied to his life. And that's why I think about it. Every time you see Kino Casino, who's doing the heavy lifting? Who's doing the most talking? Who's doing the actual kind of like deep, like it goes on the fucking goddamn rants and does the most talking, pretty much. PPP, not Andy. He just kind of sits there, bro, looking all derpy as shit. Like, looking high as a motherfucker, just nodding his head. Ha ha ha, laughs every once in a while. And then he might do, oh yeah, well, that's why Nick Redica is a very bad guy. And then, you know, PPP does the rest of the lifting. And then once the show's over, fucking this fucker Andy just gets high and fucking plays games, dude, for like the rest of the night on the Kino Casino account. So it's like, you're getting like this gay ass fucking 5-6 hour stream where like some of it's the show, then the rest of it is just like you get to hang out with fucking strung out Andy fucking Worski playing games as retardedly as DSP, bruh. Like, I swear to God, okay? Like, but yeah, Andy, I knew he relapsed. We all knew he relapsed. Fucking, here we are, right? But, I'll try to find the stream. You have to give me 2 seconds, alright? We're gonna play this while I'm gonna look for it.
I didn't know it was like that.
I'm trying to stop it, he's an animal.
I'm gonna find
You hosted him in his home and I watched him on stream during COVID.
Yeah,
it's your house, you get to say no.
Hasan's annoyed here, but he created this. A good example of how is a guy in his community was complaining about getting bullied at school. Someone said, we need a better slur against white people because cracker doesn't hit hard enough. And Miles replies, damn, so I guess me growing up in my shitty poor neighborhood / family and experiencing people f***ing with me for being white for a lot of years and getting jumped multiple times means nothing. Great. Hasan replies, anti-white racism is entirely victimhood seeking. It's like how Zion is crying that people are mad at them for defending Israel's actions. It's perceived victimhood. No different than complaining that you were slighted at a gay bar for being a heterosexual. If you're getting jumped and called slurs, that's a little bit more than just being slighted, right? Miles responds, okay. Am I just a stupid victim when I
got this shit, but like I said, bro, I haven't had time. I really haven't had time to like sit down and muscle through this shit. I would, But fuck it, we'll just speed through it real quick. If I can even skip through it, can I? What the fuck, dude? Okay. I can't even skip through a stream, bro. When I found it earlier, you could. But now, okay, there, I was about to say, dude.
Tell
What
me
the fuck?
why that Andy, a coke addict, is shacking up, flying in, importing, not even quality, pussy from Australia. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Somebody make that make sense. I dare you. Somebody make that make sense. I fucking dare you. Nobody will. I got a phone number up there. I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up. Worski gets the scraps. Worski gets. You know what Worski does? Worski jerks off to my girlfriend. That's what he does. He comments on the sides of my ex. I guess she's my ex because she's dead. How does that fucking work? Can someone tell me? No, we're not. Okay, if someone's saying post, okay, we're not doing that. No. Yeah. You can say what you want in chat, just don't advocate for anything crazy, because I don't know what Kicks TOS really is. Like, it isn't, like, somebody, I dare
But
you.
okay, I need someone to, like,
call, nigga.
dude,
Call.
I need someone more astute to correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the fucker that edits all Kino Casino
My
shit
nigga,
for
you
him, bro.
won't. You won't, because it's true. It's 100% true, and then nobody can deny it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, my nigga. Somebody make it make sense. Andy gets scraps? Yeah. It's not true, stop lying. It's not true. Liana does not live with me. Yes, she does. And from the sounds of it, that bitch doesn't cook very often. You guys order out. I'm gonna go get the food. I'm gonna get the food. I'm gonna get the food. Like, what the fuck? And I can't control it. It's a fucking AI mod. I got it turned down all the way before. I didn't know the AI mod was a thing. That's weird. Worski food like slop. Yeah, Worski's entire existence is slop because he chooses to surround himself with slop people. Like, okay, so you know what? I can't even finish the fucking train of thought here because his life choices are so nonsensical and utterly fucking crazy that like I get sidetracked. So I'm like, wait, how did he do that? Wait, what? Why did he do?
That's what I mean, dude. That's why it's hard. It's even hard for me to, like, give you good context. Andy, he be all over the fucking place, dog. He really does.
On the original point. The original point was like, tell me why he's hanging out, choosing to spend his free time with not me, who's a sexually got off drugs. I used to do creative and get drunk every fucking night on Twisted Mind. Me and Andy would be substance abusers. You know what?
Oh, yeah. He was his co-host back in the day. I forgot the name of her gay-ass show, but yeah, he was also fucking Andy's co-host, bro. He is the guy that got replaced with PPP.
Like when me and Andy drank, we didn't abuse liquor. Like we were like mean to it. We fucking with ferocity. We were wild drunks. And when Andy got drunk back then, it was funny because the vibe was funny. We were funny people. We were like creating. We were vibing. We were making more stuff, right? And it was fun. This kind of Twisted Mind was like a live ripping session, with comedy, right? Like, bumpers off, you better be funny, otherwise it's a bummer show and you're losing viewers, which happened a lot. Because you lost interest in the show and wanted to do something else, which is the pattern of everything. Motherfucker came to me, okay, you want to tell me Worski isn't high on something when he tells me, oh, you're going to be a game developer, I'm going to pay you to develop games and we're going to do this? And I'm just like, okay. And he's like, I just need 5 hours of your time. I'll pay you $100, And he did pay me. I'm like, fuck, $100, I'll take it. And he taught me a few things in Blueprint on Unreal Engine 5. But it's like I could have learned this shit on my own in like 1 hour. Like he's like learning the most basic shit in Blueprint Unreal Engine 5. And he's like, guys, check it out. I made a character jump. And it's like, okay, dude, great. Go fucking game now.
Oh shit, bro! This is kind of gold, bro.
Like, goddamn.
Andy's a little fucking little man baby,
he's like, look, I made a wall jump, and he would show it to us for an hour and painstakingly detail how he did it, and nobody cares. He's like spun out on something. Like, he's high on something now that I'm thinking about it, because like I just accepted it because Andy's my friend and like whatever, he just does what he does. But when he came around lately, he's like just like hyper focused on one thing, and will not talk about anything else. He will not discuss anything else. He'll just talk about that one thing and hone in on it. If you should just try and discuss something else with him, it won't work, and Liana will like tag you. This is what started this whole thing. To bring it back to the beginning, and why I'm pissed off. You know what? That walking sentient like flesh tube with 2 legs, Liana, who provides nothing for nobody, is too old to be a mother. Her eggs are all fucking gone. Like, Andy, get with a younger chick. They have eggs. They're fertile. Like, it's just math, bro. What are you thinking? Like, what was the thought process? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You're on this show called Kino Casino going, retard alert, when you're doing retarded shit all the time. It's hypocritical.
Like hanging out with DSP, bro. Hanging out with someone that scammed his audience out of $200,000 fucking dollars just to play a mobile game. Oh, he isn't a bad guy. And this guy sheltered pedophiles and groomed one of his fucking girlfriends.
And I'm fucking tired of it. It's not Kino. It's crap. It's crap-no. It's not Kino. It's crap-no. My nigga? My nigga? I know he doesn't need kids because he is one in a 36-year-old's body, but like if he wants to have a family, like shacking up with like a 38-year-old meth head bitch from Australia isn't really like the smart move. Like the first woman that shows you attention, you're like, okay, I'm gonna fly you out and fuck you. And the moment that Liana was flying out to fuck Andy for the first time and take his little Peter in her fucking nasty fucking hole, like, bro. She was already starting shit with all the women in Worski's old Discord, and I found out that's where all my friends went. I was like, wait a minute, we used to have hella bitches in here going crazy. We used to get
Fucker knocked his mic off.
I love you too, Grandma. I thank you for everything you do too. I appreciate you. Sleep good. I love my grandma. She said, I don't know if you
living
know,
with your grandma.
I appreciate you and everything.
Fucking Kryler, bro. Yeah, he lives in a shack with his fucking grandma.
And I work a full-time job too because she can't take care of herself. I don't have the money for a full-time caretaker. So somebody out there wants to pay somebody to pay the shit that I do, then I would love that. But I can't afford it on a full-time job to even pay someone to do the stuff that I do. Drive her around. I have to go to a doctor's appointment at 10:30 in the morning. I'm gonna be streaming until 2:30 in the morning.
Bro, how you working a full-time job and you're like, I'm gonna stream? Come on, dude.
Clean some more shit and take her to the fucking heart hospital.
But whatever.
That's what I do.
Life probably is harder.
You want to expose me, motherfucker? What do I do in the darkness? That's a good point. You know what? Fuck this shit.
True.
Let's talk about me, right? Let's talk about me. If you want to go, like, say I'm crazy or whatever, I'm unhinged, because they are trying to do this angle with me by saying that I'm crazy or implying that I'm like mentally unstable. Actually, I'm not. I have developed some tendencies since the passing of my girlfriend. It was
goddamn that stutter, boy.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say it wasn't, but it was. So yeah, I developed a few like tics and things. One of them is obsessive tendencies. It sucks. One of them is I talk too much. I chit chat a little too much, obsessively, a little bit. It's borderline. It's not like ruining my life obsessive, but I get a little chatty sense in. You know, like fuck, sue me, kill me, right? I just want people to fucking talk to. Oh, my friends, you know, whatever. Like, okay, I wanted to talk to my friends in Discord. So supposedly one day I was just too fucking chatty, I guess. And guess what? Liana, the wretched, dried up old bitch, meth head, retard who filters all her pictures and embarrasses her boyfriend by filtering them and making him look weird in them. Like, are you self-aware? Liana, is there any brain cells? Like, is it just internet, Twitter drama to you? Is that your whole life? Like, you don't have any perspective on real life? Because this isn't real life. And guess what? I'm bringing real life to your motherfucking doorstep. And everyone's saying thank you to hear that my girlfriend died and it's fucking gay. I agree. It is fucking gay that she died. It's a gay thing. Suicide's fucking gay. Don't do it. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Okay,
you want to see some real darkness, motherfucker? I'll take you there. I've seen that Dark Knight, man. That obsidian mirror that lies in the back of your head.
This is a
that
5-hour
dark, cruel
stream,
night
bro.
that awaits you. That is where you'll find me.
My
staring
boy.
back at you, my nigga. My nigga. Yeah, Fireworski live tonight. Fuck that faggot. Or he's complicit. And in fact, I might have information that Ashton may even be complicit. I don't know. Because to be quite honest to you, I do. But I don't know Ashton. I was never friends with him. He always seemed like kind of a shiesty faggot. So I never was friends with him. I never had the desire to. Nothing about him was interesting.
I forget we're watching this shit on Kick. I think that's all the F words I'm gonna get away with. But no, we'll dig deeper into this shit probably tonight when we restream Phil, if there's a second to do it. All right. But yeah, fuck the Keto Casino. They're getting some of those slot machines fucking bashed in. You know, there's a section of it burning down. Dog. It's funny. They deserve it. They deserve it, bro. For being such hypocritical fucking grifting conmen, bro, pretty much. Fuck them, dog. I hope they lose their careers. Bro, I'm praying for today the whole casino just burns in on itself. Because it is. If not today, it's going to happen soon. Alright, I'm going to get the fuck out of here, guys. I got other shit I need to try to get done today. If I'm going to sit here and restream tonight. So, I hope you guys have a good day. Take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for the support. Thanks for just kicking it with your boy, bruh. I appreciate it like always, man. And I hope to see some of you guys tonight. We're restreaming Phil. I forgot what fucking game he's playing, bro. I really did. But whatever. We'll still be there. But till then, my friends, have